Hello and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're doing another product review on a additive to put into your diesel car to improve the power and the fuel consumption and also improve reliability. So the last video I did was made by this same company, Mannol, and been very impressed with that last product, but they also do this one, so I thought I'd try this. So how this particular product is described as a anti-wear diesel ester fuel additive, reducing fuel consumption. What it says it does is it forms a stable and strong lubricating complex estero oil film with a high degree of absorption on the components of the parts of the fuel system, which significantly reduces the coefficient of friction of the contacting surfaces, significantly reduces their wear. This effect is especially evident in high pressure fuel pumps and in a pair of plunger sleeve injectors and pump injectors, which significantly increases the service life of this expensive equipment. For a high pressure fuel pump, it eliminates the main cause of wear. The plungers pairs low quality, dry, dirty diesel fuel. So basically it's a lubricant. It also says that it forms the strongest durable lubricating film with a high degree of absorption in the combustion chambers as well. This will help lubricate the upper cylinders, a bit like how Redex does that as well, and again reduces the coefficient of friction and wear of the sleeve and compression rings, as well as the valve seats. Completely burns down together with the fuel without leaving a carbon deposit. So due to the contaminated cleaning products, it effectively cleans the components and parts of the fuel system from dirt and deposits of all types, and the combustion chamber form carbon deposits formed during the combustion fuel. This is obviously a translation of German into English because none of it actually makes any sense. Also contains a cetane booster, and in the last few additives that we've used, they have had a cetane booster in there, and I found that it's been extremely good at increasing performance and fuel economy. So I've already added half of it to the tank, and unlike the last additive that I used for a Mannol, it's super simple. I mean, it's a clear bottle, you add half of it to a tank. So slightly difficult obviously to pour it in and get it to half, but much simpler than measuring it out from a sealed can. The last product I had was, as you can see, just a solid can. You couldn't see how much you were pouring. So yeah, at least this is a simpler mechanism for an additive. So this is only going to do 2 tanks, so it's already in the car and already getting good fuel economy. At the moment 46 miles per gallon. We're going to run that through a tank and see how that does. So let's see how we get on over the next 2 tanks of fuel. So I've just topped up and reset the fuel indicator. Basically we've got a range of 24 miles that hasn't reset yet. I've just reset the trip. Average speed's low and outside temperature 11 degrees. It's been that pretty much across the duration of this tank, definitely below 15, down to 9 today. Average was 47.7. I reset it unfortunately before filming the video, but we'll check it on the second tank put through, and we covered 452.8 miles on this tank. So this is the receipt for the fuel. So we put in 44.6 litres of fuel and it costs £71.54. So we'll see how this tank runs through.
One eternity later.
So it's time to fill up the car again. As we can see, getting low on fuel, and outside temperature is 10 degrees. Across this fuel tank, the range of temperatures has been between 12 and -1, so quite a broad range of temperatures, but generally speaking it's been below 6 to 4 degrees in temperature. It's rare it's been up as high as this. What we're getting is 45.3 reading out on the dashboard. What I will do is after this go and summarise the actual miles covered on both tanks, and just a summary afterwards. But this is just for half a tank actually. The battery got low on this, and when the battery got low it reset the trip, so that is just for half a tank. Range 27 miles. We're just going to head over to the petrol station behind Sainsbury's to fill up. Average speed 30 miles per gallon. So yeah, let's head off and get the fuel, and then I'll join you at home when we summarise with the receipts. So it's time to review this product, and what I've done is I've worked out the economy on the mileage covered and the fuel used. So just responding to some comments on my previous videos, people have said that these aren't very scientific tests, but to be brutally honest, the actual official tests, they can't be scientific. You can put them in a shed, roll them at a constant speed, change speeds, and compare like for like, which is how the official test is. But in different parts of Europe, you'll be using different quality fuels, and you'll have different driving conditions, so fuel consumption will vary. So I'm just comparing it to what I've had previously, and looking at this one, what we've done is we've achieved 452.8 miles, used 9.79 gallons of diesel, which works out at 46.2. This is the one that I'd lost the data on the screen, so I couldn't show you that on the dash. And on this one, we've covered 445 miles, used 9.87 gallons of fuel, so that works out to 45.9. so it's pretty consistent actually across both tanks, and not far out. Now the official figures for the vehicle are 45.6, so we're in the region of what it should be officially doing, so there's not a great win on that. Average people have been getting 44.7 in the UK, so we are above the average user on that, and this is in a cold condition, so I'm thinking that's okay, to be honest. And in terms of drivability, it's kind of comparable to Red X or to Liquid Moly and the CBD Blast. It's not been amazing, it's not been terrible. It has felt lacking in power compared to my last test, which was exceptional. And the cetane rating for this is 4 cetanes, so it does bring it up a little bit in terms of performance, as well as the cleaning benefits from it. So I think value for money wise, it's okay. It's not as cheap as Red X, not as expensive as Liquid Moly, and it's producing, in my mind, similar results to Liquid Moly for a better price. We got 2 tanks full of fuel out of the 1 bottle of additive. So I think what I'll do is I'll try and review this maybe next year in warmer conditions to see if we get a real benefit from this. I don't know whether the colder conditions that we've been experiencing have been unfair. Some of the times driving this it was -1, and other times it was up to 10 or 11 or 12 degrees. So still, just for people to understand why it uses more fuel when it's cold, the car will mix air and fuel to the correct mixture for the engine. When it's cooler, the air is denser, so it needs to mix more fuel to match the same amount of oxygen because the air is denser. So that's why the fuel consumption goes down as it drops in temperature. I would expect to see a 5 to 10 miles per gallon drop in the winter opposed to the summer. So we may get better figures from this in the summer conditions. So hope this video has been useful. My next video, I'm going to be testing the Mannol super diesel again, but in the winter, because I want to see whether or not that continues to bring in good fuel consumption, or whether we just got exceptional fuel consumption because of the weather conditions. So we're going to try that in the winter. So when that's completed, I'll put a link down below in the description. So thanks for watching.